never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes.
Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is what if female Deku was a vampire princess? Now the ship, I was trying to make it work, but I'm gonna hold off on airy stuff until another What If. I came up with a decent idea. So let's run down what this is going to be. Dawn Rosefield, female Deku. This is going to be Yuna Rosefield, Dawn's mother. Now she's they're both vampires. They're royal blood vampires that don't like. How this is going to work is they don't run the vampires species in general. They take a back seat. The Rosefields find it tedious, and they don't want nothing to do is turn vampires. So, and this is going to be the ship. I haven't figured out her name is, but she is going to be a very, very well-known mobster family that are actually vampires. But that's too much later in the series. Maybe. Not sure what part I'll introduce her in, but I'll figure out her name. Or I'll either put a poll up for you guys want to name her. Stupid thing. And this will come in later in the episode, so that's basically a silver spike, a silver stake for normal vampires. This would kill instantly, but pureblood vampires, that what's Yuna Rosefield and Dawn Rosefield is. It doesn't kill them. They can't kill them regardless what they do. But it does put them in hibernation once you stab a pureblood in the heart. They won't come out of the hibernation until you pull it out. So, let's get to the story. As the Rosefield occupy in medieval Japan. It's basically around the samurai age, before the era of guns came across through Japan. As we cut to a old castle, as there's two people on the throne. Yuna and her husband. Her husband's not that important right now, but he's a churn vampire that Yuna churned herself for a husband. Excuse me a second. As you see, some people come out as it's as a member of the Yazurozu family line. They enter the vampire domain. I'm making the Yazurozu's line a vampire hunter line. They have a peace treaty with the purebloods, so they don't interfere in regular vampire affairs, nor do they interfere with the humans. It's a treaty they had for many generations. As several of the Yazurozus, nice komodos, carrying, as they go to Mistress Yuna. Ah, yeah, the Rosus. It's been a while. This one's. You see this picture right here? Sorry. She's. Let's just call her Lulu. Yazarozu, because, easy name I can remember. Ah, Lulu. Oh, friend, what can I do for you? As she sees Yuna, as, she's plump, because, she's pregnant with, her baby, Dawn, that she's going to name her. Just came to congratulate you. I heard that you were pregnant. Yeah, she gets up from the throne, walks over and hugs her. It's like, it's nice to see you again. But this is not really a social call, is it? And she's like, no, unfortunately not. I wish it was, but my family is near the end of extinction. I know our treaty with you doesn't forbid to interfere in our war with the other vampires, but I beg you, old friend, I can't see my family to be massacred like this. As she, as this, her husband starts to speak up, as she says, shut it. As he shuts up. Do you understand what you're asking, Lulu? Yes. You're asking me to disobey one of the vampire's laws, especially for the royal line. I have nowhere else to turn. This war is going out of hand. If this continues, the human race will cease to exist, and the vampires will starve eventually. As she breathes in heavy. Fine, what do you need? As the vampires are, the turn-based vampires are, the vampire line comes from Yuna. She is the first. So, that's how that's going to go. The turn-based vampires see her as a god at first, but then they, decided to do a lot of things that she doesn't approve of, so she broke all ties with them. The turn-based vampires have their own council, but they're not, they're being very reckless with it. Let's continue our story. So what's the situation? As they walk to like a brief, like a sitting room, and she sits down drinking some blood, and she's like, the council has been targeting several humans and broadcasting their existence. As Yuna crushes her glass. What? Are they mad? If they broadcast my species' existence, it's only a matter of time before the humans band together and destroy the species altogether. And that's not including if they don't ally with the werewolf clans all over Japan. She's like, exactly. I've been in peace talkings with the werewolves. There's a war coming, my friend. And I don't know if the human race can survive this war. This is a mass extinction for all of our races. She's like, very well. I will assist you. Hopefully this doesn't turn out the way I think it's going to turn out. As we're going to skip a couple years, as the Yazarozu, the vampires, and the werewolf clan are in talks now. As the alpha walks through the meeting with the vampires, as he's like, so you are the legendary pureblood family. As now his name's not important. And she's like, huh, all right, enough of your smart-ass remarks. We're here to... Are you here to form an alliance, or are you here to, cause, sorry, to speak insults? And she's like, my apologies. My clan's not really friendly towards your species very much, considering what's been going on, but I do apologize. I'm a stubborn wolf, so, as they keep talking, as, a little girl runs through the halls as it's dawn, as she's chasing, a cat. As everyone sees the little girl, as she's like, sweetheart, what did I tell you about entering this room when mommy's in the meeting? And she's like, I'm sorry, Mom. As, this is the first time Lulu has seen, the child. It's like, is that your daughter? And she, runs over there. And she hears her bright eyes, her, red, bright, crimson eyes. It's like, huh, hello there. I'm Lulu. Yazurozu, and you are? As, she does a curtsy, and she's like, I'm Don Rosefield. Nice to meet you, Lady Yuna. As, she looks back at, Yuna. Not Lady Lulu, sorry. As Lulu looks back to Don's mother. Huh. She's very polite for her pure blood. And she's like, of course. My daughter respect comes a far line in my bloodline, in my family. Respect is proper, regardless if you're human, vampire, or werewolf. Alright, why don't you go play outside? Yes, Mom. As, she runs off. As they discuss what they're going to do next. As they start gathering forces, we're going to, a little bit time skip. No, let's wait a little bit longer. As you see a village being raided by vampires, as they're rounding up all the civilians, draining them dry, as several werewolves, pureblood vampires, and the Yazurozus, vampire hunters, so those bastards, as Lulu is speaking, because that's just inhuman. As Eunice begin, leave no survivors. As she waved her hand at several of her vampire from her family line start defending the humans, killing the vampires without no mercy. As they capture the leader of the little vampires, little group. As they have him kneel down. It's like, what the hell's going on? Why is a pureblood working with the humans and the werewolves? This is absurd. As Yuna gets off her horse, and she walks over to this vampire. As she slaps him across the face, backhands him. Are you guys idiots? Attacking humans and broadcasting what you are? As he's like, why? Humans are nothing but cattle to us. Of all people, I figured you would understand the most. As Yuna stabs him, as Yuna grabs his heart, has her hand inside his heart. Fool. Humans are not just cattle. If you stupid if you stupid half-breeds would only get it through your your thick skull. Humans are far more deadlier than does cattle. As she rips out his heart, as she crushes it in her hand. As the war has been progressing throughout the years, as you know, Dawn is around 16 now. She looks 16, so you know. So we get to the good stuff. Her mother has been training her. So does Lulu. Lulu's been, you know, personally training her. As we cut to Lulu and Dawn, as she tosses her sword. Now, Dawn. As they both sheath the sword, as they clash blades. As she's using superior strength and speed against Lulu. As a Lulu, you know, she's been hunting vampires her whole life, so she knows how to take down. As Dawn goes in for a swipe, as she moves to the right, kicks back for a knee, gets right behind Dawn, has her blade next to her throat. You lose again. Apprentice. And she's like, damn it. Very good to use your superior strength, but you're going to have a hard time beating me in a spar. And she's like, how did you do that? He's like, it's simple, Dawn, my dear. Experience. Yes, you might be superior strength, speed, healing. But I have experience. I have been fighting against vampires my whole life. Now let's go again. As they keep doing this for several days, as Yuna, starts clapping. He's like, there's my daughter. As she, sees the sword, mother. As she bows. He's like, so how has my daughter been training going well? It's going very well. She has the skill. All she needs is the experience. That's all really she needs. As the several years have progressed, as they've pushed back the vampires in their hiding hole. As Yuna and Lulu are talking. And she's like, come with me, Lulu. As they go through her meeting room. Her little office. And she's like, I know we drove back the half-breeds, but this is not over. I want this to be safe. I want your clan to relocate out of Japan for a little bit. And she's like, what do you mean, old friend? And she's like, I've been getting a lot of odd reports. I have a feeling things are about to heat up again, and I don't want your clan to get involved in this. You've lost too many people of your kind, especially your family line. The werewolves already moved their pack. But what about you? Trust me, it will be all handled soon enough. What about your daughter? As much as I would love for you to take her, but she's still young. She's quite skilled, but she's still young. I need to instruct her on a few things before things start heating up again. As she hugs Lulu. It's like, be safe, my friend. As she's like, thank you for all the help you gave me, even though you kind of went against your own species. As they're not my species. They're half-breeds that I created a long time ago. As that goes on, as a few months later, there's a loud yelling and a lot of sword clashing in the Rosefield Castle. As several regular vampires bust through the front door. As her husband's leading them. Let's just call him Masashi because it's easier that way. And she's like, "What is this?" "Oh, dear wife, nothing personal. But they offer me quite more power than you ever have. Looking down upon me because I'm just a turned vampire. I was turned. We should have eradicated. We should have neutralized all. We should have neutralized all your pure bloods a long time ago." As how she goes forward to Yuna, as she's in a very fast motion, rips his heart out of his chest, drops it, and crushes it with her heel, and she's like, "Huh, such a pity. I saw much potential in him." As all the vampires attack, as they're using crossbows with stakes, as she's just swiping them away. As they're surrounded. As she hasn't heard anything from her daughter recently. It's just like, stop it, or stop resisting, Yuna, or your child dies. And she's like, "What do you mean?" As they have her in chains, as they have a silver sword to her throat. Said, "Release my daughter or you're dead." "I don't think so. We have all the cards here. You're coming with us." As they flap chains on her, as they go to the council, as they force her both on Dawn and Yuna on their knees. In front of the cocky council, it's just like, the Rosefields. It's a shame that, I never thought you would actually kill your husband, but guess the Rosefields, for purebloods like you probably don't care. You don't have humanity. As, she starts laughing. Humanity? Are you serious? You're the ones who tried to mask genocide a whole species. As they get visible upset. It's like, shut up. If it wasn't for you, we would have the humans in our control. They're nothing but food. We would have had them in cattle. They were going to have them, build a city for all humans to stay in. Kind of messed up, but, vampires. So, as she laughs, she's like, "You fools. Humans are much more than just a food source for my kind." As my kind, what do you mean by that? As she's, smiling, as she's like, "You're nothing but half-breeds. You're no vampires. You go around massacring villages just for the heck of it, to satisfy your bloodlust. No control. Quite pathetic." As, Yuna's like, Dawn's like, "Mother, you shouldn't antagonize them. Don't worry. Don't worry, my little Dawn. These bastards deserve everything they get." As they, the head of the council's like, "Enough. You have broke one of our secret laws. A vampire should never kill another vampire. And you've clearly done it many times. I would have you killed, but unfortunately, you are You are the mother of all vampires, and I don't know what it would do if we killed you. Even if we could kill you, it won't change anything. Unfortunately, there's no way to kill a pure blood. An ancient pure blood as yourself. So I say, as two coffins appeared, as they drag, it's like in the thumbnail, it's a pure silver coffin. One's they're about the same type. And it's just like, what the hell are you up? Like, what the hell you're doing? As they stab Yuna in the back with a silver stake several times as she starts screaming. It's simple. We can't kill you or your daughter. It's it's not possible, but we're gonna dig you in a hole where you'll be never found again. As they're pulling they're pulling Dawn on the ground as they pin her on the chains. And it's like, you bastards, you hurt my daughter, I'll kill you all. As several of her people are, as we're gonna cut back to before the she's communicating with her people through because they're all from her line. So she's like, Mistress, just say the word and we'll save you both. No, don't. They can't kill us, but don't worry. Disappear from Japan. Find us and release me. As Dawn, she tries to get up as she's like, leave my mother alone. As they stab her in the heart with a stake. As she's like, you bastards, you'll pay for this. No, we won't. As they're forcing her to watch. As they drag her into the coffin. Seal it up. Transport that to the deepest part of pit you can find. Away from her lovely mother. As she, the coffin gets dragged off. It's like, you bastards, you'll pay for this, I swear it. As the council smiles, I think not. Do it. As they stab her, start dragging her off to her coffin, seal it up and separate those two. They'll never be together again. As they start laughing. As all of the Rosefield, the members of their family, all scatter undercover. As the news, hits everyone. The werewolves, the Yadarozus. As they begin their conquest over humans, the Yadarozus gather their forces and almost basically massacred every vampire. As Lulu spends most of her life trying to find the Rosefield, but no luck. And her people, the Rosefield family line, has just instantly disappeared out of nowhere. As we're gonna cut to, the current timeline. To the UAU, vampires have gone to myth, to legend. Rosefield family line has resurfaced over the years as a very competitive business family empire in Japan, run by the bloodline of the Rosefields. as several of them in their meeting. Did you find it? Yes, we found it. We finally found it. What about the other one? We were unable to find the girl. Damn it. At least we found, our leader. Get the helicopter ready. We're leaving now. As they fly off. As it's like a very old ruin. As it's like in a volcano. As they anchor it up. As they're traveling back to Japan. As they put it in a plane. As they travel back to their main headquarters. As the coffin, gets placed on the ground in his room at the Rosefield's private residence, their manor, as they're like, do it. As they unseal the coffin, as they see Yuna Rosefield pull the stake out of her, as she breathes heavy, as she goes into attack instantly. She's still kind of weak, as she's like, Master, Unholy Mother, as I hand her, like, what's going on? Where am I? It's been many years, but we finally found you. As they give her, what's this? It's blood, my lady. You need to gather your strength. As they, help her to, a room with a chair on it. And she's like, what year is it? It's not the current time where, or the start of anime. It's like way later than that. So, it's going to be a while before she finds, her daughter, but let's continue. And she's like, you found me. Where did those bastards put me? And she's like, in a volcano. Let's just say it was in Mount Fuji. So, I'm not sure if there's a volcano. Let's say it's an unknown volcano somewhere out of Japan. As they're like, we found you in a dormant volcano. What about my daughter? Where is Dawn? We still haven't able to find her. And she's like, what? What about those bastards? As they're like, majority have been eradicated. The ones that weren't destroyed, they went into hiding. There's no longer a council. The Yazurozus dedicated her life to finding you and your daughter and destroying the vampire threat. Unfortunately, time progresses. She finally died of old age. What about the Yazurozu bloodline? They're still alive. They're still active vampire hunters, but they've been mostly keeping the peace. Keeping the population of turn-based vampires to a minimum. Interesting. As she's, drinking her. I want my daughter found now. And she's like, we're trying, ma'am. I don't want try. I want her found now. As, she's very adamant about it. As, they run out of the room as they gather all the information they can. They look up, in history, legends, and all that stuff, hopefully to find the coffin. And we're going to stop it here. Yeah, this was interesting, but hope you guys have a good night and day judging my time zones. All right, bye.